Making headlines this hour, President officially inaugurates the Maldives Financial Expo 2026, organized by the Maldives Monetary Authority. Heritage Minister says the Maldives National Museum houses more than 7,000 historical artifacts, although only a small portion of the collection is currently on display. And MMA presents special awards to individuals and institutions that made significant contributions to the development of the country's financial sector. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Hello and welcome to PSM News in English with me, Mariam Shaushat. President Dr. Mohamed Muizzu officially inaugurates the Maldives Financial Expo 2026, organized by the Maldives Monetary Authority (MMA). According to the central bank, the expo provides an opportunity for the public to explore the financial sector, learn about newly introduced services, and receive practical guidance to make informed financial decisions. Following the inauguration, President Dr. Mohamed Muizzu toured the exhibition stalls, accompanied by Minister of Finance and Public Enterprises Hassan Zarir and Governor of the Maldives Monetary Authority Ahmad Munawar. The expo is being held at Hulumale Central Park from 2nd to 4th July and is open to the public free of charge daily from 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. Visitors can receive guidance on opening savings accounts, applying for loans, obtaining insurance, and planning their long-term finances. The central bank said the expo also allows visitors to compare a wide range of financial products under one roof without having to visit multiple institutions. The event brings together commercial banks, regulatory authorities, and government agencies, while also serving as a platform for entrepreneurs. Business owners will have the opportunity to consult directly with lenders. The program also includes family activities and panel discussions on 2nd July and 4th July, where industry experts will discuss the future of the Maldivian financial sector. Minister of Arts, Culture and Heritage Hina Walid says the Maldives National Museum houses more than 7,000 historical artifacts, although only a small portion of the collection is currently on display. Responding to questions in Parliament, the minister said around 600 artifacts are on display at the museum, including items dating back more than 1,500 years. Minister Hina said the museum faces challenges in cataloguing, measuring, standardizing and preserving its extensive collection. She added that the government is working with the Chinese government to renovate and further develop the National Museum to improve the preservation and management of its artifacts. The required funding has already been secured and renovation work is expected to begin soon. The minister also noted that the National Museum has never undergone a major renovation and is now in urgent need of extensive repairs and digitalization. She said work is also underway to establish an interactive immersive museum as a branch of the National Museum. Responding to a separate question on the condition of the minaret at the Male Friday Mosque, Minister Hina Walid said the landmark is maintained according to internationally recognized conservation standards. She said preserving the minaret is challenging due to difficulties in sourcing high-quality lime for restoration work and because weather conditions can affect the drying of lime plaster. The minister added that the National Centre for Cultural Heritage carries out conservation and repair work whenever signs of deterioration or staining are identified. Minister also said the ministry is working to develop heritage tourism as part of President Dr. Mohamed Muizzu's policy to diversify the economy and tourism sector. President Dr. Mohamed Muizzu appoints a President of the Elections Commission, Mohamed Shakil, to lead the Elections Commission of the Maldives. Mohamed Shakil was appointed as a member of the Elections Commission on 24th June following parliamentary approval. Parliament approved his appointment as President of the Commission on 30th June after the resignation of former President of the Elections Commission, Mohamed Zahid. This marks Mohamed Shakil's second term as a member of the Elections Commission. He previously served as a member of the Commission from 3rd December 2014 to 9th May 2018, after serving as the Director General of the Elections Commission from 1st September 2013 to 3rd December 2014. During the current administration, Mohammad Shakil also served as the Managing Director of the Maldives Hajj Corporation most recently. The Bank of Maldives BML reveals that foreign currency transaction limits for e-commerce platforms following the launch of its new US dollar investment program is increased. The program, which began on 23rd June, allows members of the public to invest US dollars directly with the bank. In May, the Bank of Maldives introduced restrictions on card transactions for major e-commerce platforms, limiting customers to 30 transactions per month across 6 platforms. The bank said the new investment program was introduced to help secure USD inflows needed to sustain foreign currency availability. The program is offered under gold, silver and bronze tiers. Once customers invest US dollars, the equivalent amount in Maldivian rupiah is credited to their account immediately, while profits earned are deposited into their local currency account the following day. According to the bank, the investment is managed as pooled funds and offers participants the opportunity to earn returns of up to 25%. Speaking on the PSM News' program, a spokesperson and head of brand and marketing strategy at the Bank of Maldives, Mohammad Said, acknowledged that the earlier transaction limits had generated significant public concern. He said the daily transaction limit for customers has now been increased, allowing successful payments on popular online shopping platforms such as Temu, Shein and AliExpress. Mohammad Said added that the new arrangement benefits customers investing USD, the bank and consumers using foreign currency for online purchases. The Maldives Monetary Authority MMA presents special awards to individuals and institutions that made significant contributions to the development of the country's financial sector. The awards were presented during the central bank's 45th anniversary celebrations under the title Distinguished Contribution to the Financial Sector, recognizing those who played a leading role in strengthening the Maldivian financial sector. The honors included a special award for transformative contributions and an appreciation category recognizing leadership at the central bank. Recipients of the special award included the State Bank of India for introducing key banking services in the Maldives, former President Maumoon Abdul Qayyum for establishing the Maldives Monetary Authority in 1981, the late Ismail Fatuhi for founding the Bank of Maldives BML, Ilyas Ibrahim and Ibrahim Shafiq for establishing Allied Insurance, and Dr. Azima Adam for leading the transition of the Maldivian currency to polymer banknotes through the Randi Hafai series. The appreciation category recognized former governors and deputy governors of the central bank, including former President Maumoon Abdul Qayyum, Muhammad Jalil, Qasim Ibrahim, Abdullah Jihad, Dr. Fazil Najib, Dr. Azima Adam, Ahmad Nasir and Ali Hashim. The late Ismail Fatuhi and Arif Hilmi were also honored for their service as deputy governors. MMA said these individuals have played a key role over the past 45 years in building a strong financial institution that safeguards the country's financial system and has led major advancements in commercial banking, payment systems, monetary policy and modern financial infrastructure. The Maldives welcomes 123,552 tourists in June. The ministry said arrivals in June were 12% lower than the same month last year, but 0.2% higher than in June 2024. A total of 1,067,543 tourists visited the Maldives during the first 6 months of the year. According to the ministry, tourist arrivals increased in January and February compared with the same period last year. However, arrivals declined from March to June, with the government linking the decrease to the ongoing conflict in the Middle East. Monthly tourist arrivals stood at 227,403 in January, 254,556 in February, 161,259 in March, 152,861 in April, 142,555 in May and 123,552 in June. China remains the Maldives' largest source market for tourists, followed by Russia. The ministry also said 72% of visitors stayed at resorts, while 23% chose guest houses as their stays. State Trading Organization STO officially transfers the country's largest pharmacy network to the State Pharmaceutical and Medical Supply Corporation, State Pharma. A total of 193 pharmacies previously operated by STO are now under the management of State Pharma, marking a major restructuring of the Maldives' medicine supply system. Speaking to PSM News, Managing Director of State Pharma, Dr. Shah Mahir said the inventory of all transferred pharmacies has been audited. He said the corporation is upgrading its stock management platform and will soon provide live stock information for all pharmacies. He added that pharmacy systems, registries and administrative functions are currently being transferred to State Pharma. Dr. Shah Mahir said State Pharma will continue procuring essential medicines for the country. Medicines already ordered by STO are expected to arrive within the next 3 months, while efforts are underway to import medicines that are currently unavailable in the Maldives. He also said the corporation is completing an assessment of the medicines most needed by the public to begin early procurement and reduce the risk of future shortages. According to Dr. Shah Mahir, only 25% of the medicine used in the Maldives are currently registered under STO. To improve the availability of the remaining 75%, State Pharma has begun working with private importers to strengthen the national medicine supply network. State Pharma has also started dispensing prescription medicines to patients and has launched a dedicated hotline 1050 for public inquiries and distribution of medicines through government social assistance programs. Privatization and corporatization appoints Mohammad Firzul Abdullah Khalil as a board member and managing director of the Maldives Hajj Corporation. PCB, the regulatory body for state-owned enterprises, announced that Firzul's appointment took effect on Tuesday. Before his appointment, Firzul served as Under-Secretary for Presidential Affairs at the President's Office. He also previously held the post of Under-Secretary for Public Policy, where he played a key role in formulating government policies. Firzul holds a degree in Sharia and law from Al-Azhar University in Egypt. He was appointed Managing Director of the Maldives Hajj Corporation following the vacancy created by the departure of Mohammad Shakil, who was appointed as a member of the Elections Commission of the Maldives. The government is continuing efforts to develop mariculture as a key industry in the Maldives, with a growing number of Maldivian companies investing in the sector. To support the industry's development, the government has designated 5 areas for mariculture activities. These include Bodutila Dummati, comprising of Ha Alifu and Ha Dalu atolls, Ra Atoll, Mimu Atoll, Ta Atoll, and a lagoon located approximately 2 kilometers from Maniafushi. A private company launched a seaweed cultivation project on Fehendu Ba Atoll last year to generate export revenue. The project, operated by Floating Acres, exported its first shipment of seaweed earlier this year. Ministry of Fisheries, Agriculture and Ocean Resources said the success of that initiative has encouraged further investment in the sector. According to the ministry, another company, STM, has now entered the industry and has begun cultivating seaweed in Konde and Kolamafushi in Gafo Alifu Atoll. The ministry also said a new project to manufacture seaweed-based products has been developed with technical assistance from the Food and Agriculture Organization FAO and has received approval to proceed. It said the initiative has created employment opportunities in the islands where the projects are being implemented, while opening new opportunities to maximize the economic benefits of the country's marine resources. The ministry added that discussions are also underway with the Japanese government to formulate another project aimed at further expanding the sustainable use of the Maldives' marine resources. To support businesses entering the sector, the government has introduced a dedicated mariculture scheme which provides financial assistance for the purchase of sea cages. According to the government, the scheme will help existing operators expand their businesses while encouraging new investors to enter the mariculture industry. Emirates resumes its scheduled flights to the Maldives after a 4-month suspension.
The airline had suspended services to the Maldives because of unrest in the Middle East. Emirates has also resumed scheduled flights to neighboring Sri Lanka. The daily services operate as an extension of Emirates Dubai Malé flight EK652. After arriving in Malé, the aircraft continues to Colombo. The return service EK653 operates from Colombo, stopping in Malé before returning to Dubai. The airline is using Boeing 777 aircraft on the route. Emirates is one of the leading airlines bringing tourists to the Maldives. The resumption of its services is expected to improve connectivity for travelers to destinations across the Middle East, Europe, and the Americas. Tourism industry experts also believe the return of the airline services will strengthen tourism and trade ties between the Maldives and the United Arab Emirates, while also improving connectivity with Sri Lanka. The closure of regional airspace during the unrest in the Middle East caused significant disruption to Emirates network. According to available statistics, more than 30,000 flights were cancelled across airports in the region. Around 30% of tourists traveling to the Maldives arrive via Middle Eastern routes. Emirates has been gradually rebuilding its network, resuming services to more than 110 destinations by mid-March. The airline is now operating flights on revised routes that have been assessed and verified as safe. The conflict has also affected other major Gulf carriers, including Qatar Airways and Etihad Airways, resulting in widespread flight cancellations. Following joint efforts by the Maldivian government and tourism industry stakeholders to minimize the impact of the disruption, many airlines have resumed services to the Maldives, while some have increased the frequency of their flights. The resumption of Emirates Maldives and Sri Lanka services is expected to provide a further boost to Sri Lanka's export sector and the Maldives tourism industry. Emirates has served both countries for more than 3 decades.
The dollar gets a boost from a sharp rise in treasury yields and pushes the yen to a 40-year trough as traders braced for a crucial U.S. jobs report and ramped up bets on an imminent Federal Reserve rate hike.
The yen slid to its weakest level against the dollar since 1986 overnight, touching 162.59 and fueling speculation that Tokyo could be nearing direct intervention. Traders see the upcoming U.S. public holiday on Friday as potential window for Tokyo to buy yen, as thinner liquidity conditions could magnify the impact of any intervention. In the broader market, the dollar was on the front foot as it rode an overnight jump in U.S. Treasury yields.
Venezuelan Assembly President George Rodriguez says Venezuela's death toll from last week's twin earthquakes rose to 1,943.
Rodriguez said the number of injured had reached 10,571 and that 15,866 people had been left homeless by the disaster. Rodriguez said authorities had opened 14 shelters in La Guaira state and 55 shelters across Caracas, Miranda, and other affected states. He added that the government estimated about 30,000 people were in the areas of Carabayeda and Catialamar when the 2 earthquakes struck. The earthquake struck Venezuela last Wednesday, June 24th, causing severe damage in La Guaira and other areas near the capital, Caracas.
LeBron James, a 4-time NBA champion and the league's all-time leading scorer, tells the Los Angeles Lakers he plans to play for another team next season.
James, a 4-time NBA Finals Most Valuable Player, joined the Lakers in 2018. He was selected with the first pick in the 2003 NBA Draft by his hometown Cavaliers, where he spent 7 seasons before announcing during a live TV special titled The Decision that he was leaving for Miami. The announcement damaged James' public image and led to many people burning his replica number 23 jerseys on Cleveland's streets that night. In Miami, James teamed up with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh to create an instant powerhouse that won 2 NBA titles during their 4 seasons together in South Beach. James then returned to Cleveland and in 2016 rallied the team from a 3-1 series deficit in the NBA Finals to stun Golden State and make good on his promise to deliver the Cavaliers their first championship. 2 years later, James again left his hometown team, where he remains the franchise leader in nearly every major statistical category, to join the Lakers, where for the first time he played in the NBA's Western Conference.
In a classroom at London Business School, participants logged onto laptops and enter a shared virtual world where artificial intelligence (AI) was used to help analyze how they communicated, collaborated, and made decisions under pressure.
The exercise was run by Jensen 8, a UK-based company developing immersive team training tools for employers. Its browser-based platform, Boomathlon, is designed to look like a game but function as a live diagnostic of team behavior, using AI to support facilitators with data gathered during the session and post-session feedback. The company says the platform can be accessed via a web link, without headsets, downloads, or specialist hardware, allowing participants in different locations to join the same high-pressure scenario from standard laptops. She said Jensen 8 is using AI to gather more real-time data during the exercise and to act as what she called as a thought leader alongside the game, generating prompts and questions intended to help participants reflect on how they would behave in teams. Jade Mountain, Director for Strategic Digital Learning Solutions at London Business School, said the AI acted as a support mechanism for facilitators rather than replacing human judgment. Jensen 8 offers several immersive formats. Boomathlon surfaces real-time behavioral data to help teams adapt, while Boomerang is a longer, deeper dive into actions and behaviors. The technology reflects growing interest among employers and education institutions in AI-assisted tools that can help access and develop hybrid or distributed teams beyond conventional workshops and staff surveys.
And that's all we have for you right now. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more news updates. Have a good day. Goodbye.